Also, we should serious here. Now, with the sad passing of Robert Redford, he didn't only act in movies. He also was a director as well. So I decided to go ahead and do my top five because he doesn't really have like a whole directing list. But I decided to narrow down to top five favorite directing movies of Robert Redford. So here's my list. Number five is The Company You Keep. I think this was actually his last directing film he did. I remember seeing this one in theaters back in 2013. It stars Robert Redford, Shia LaBeouf, Susan Sarandon, Nick Nolte, Chris Cooper. List goes on and on here. Here you got Jim Grant, who plays a widow lawyer and a former wealthy underground activist who has lived under like a false identity for decades. And when a young reporter, played by Shia LaBeouf, exposes his past, he goes on the run to clear his name and reconnect with his old allies, including his former lover Mimi, played by Julie Christie. It's a really decent thriller that examines loyalty, identity, cost of past choices here. The chemistry between like Redford and Shia LaBeouf, whoever knew they'll have a good chemistry with one another. Julie Christie's great in this. Nick Nolte, a really decent thriller that's well worth a watch there. All right, coming in at number four is A River Runs Through It. Now, this movie, of course, stars Brad Pitt, Brandon Blythe. You also have Craig Schaefer, Tom Skerritt. And it takes place in early 1920th century Montana. And it's a drama that follows the lives of two brothers, Norman, played by Craig Schaefer, and Paul, played by Brad Pitt, a very young Brad Pitt, obviously, raised by a strict minister father, bonded by fly fishing and on. And it's a really interesting film about brotherhood. Explores like family, faith, beauty of nature. Tom Skerritt's great in this. Great performances all around. I mean, Brad Pitt is terrific. Really, and also Brad Pitt and Redford will go on to work together again, but in Tony Scott's Spy Game, which is also pretty cool. But yeah, River Runs Through It is a really cool one. Number three is A Horse Whisperer. Now, The Horse Whisperer stars Robert Redford, Kristen Scott Thomas, a very young Scarlett Johansson. So pretty much Captain America Winter Soldier was a Horse Whisperer reunion, with Redford and Johansson. Now, of course, you got like Diane Weiss, Chris Cooper. And it's where like after a riding accident leaves this teenager, Grace, and her horse physically and emotionally scarred. Her mother, played by Kristen Scott Thomas, pretty much seeks out Tom Booker, played by Redford, Montana horse trainer with a gift for healing animals here. And of course, this really was one of Scarlett Johansson's very earliest films she did before she became a massive movie star that she is now. Thomas is great, of course. Sam Neill's in this. A really decent horse movie. Great performances all around. It is a really wonderful film here. You got Diane Weiss, who plays Robert Redford's wife. She's amazing in this. It is a really good film. All right, number two is Quiz Show. Now, of course, this actually got an Oscar nomination for Best Picture. And this is set in 1950s and explores the true story of 21 quiz show game show scandal, where producers rigged the game to boost ratings here. You do got John Turturro, Ray Fiennes, David Paymer. It is a really interesting conspiracy film here. Redford did a great job directing here. Of course, Quiz Show was one of the few films to get nominated for Best Picture. It was Quiz Show, Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, Four Weddings and Funeral, and Quiz Show. Obviously, Forrest Gump will win Best Picture that year, which wonderful there. But Quiz Show is definitely a really good one. But yeah, if you guys never seen it, highly recommend that one. And his best directing one is the one that won him an Oscar for Best Director and Best Picture. That is Ordinary People. Starring Donna Sutherland, Mary Tyler Moore, Timothy Hutton, Judd Hirsch. The film, of course, takes place in suburban Chicago, where family grapples with grief and dysfunction after the death of their eldest son in a boating accident. And the performances is great. Mary Tyler Moore, who I think actually got an Oscar for this, if I'm not mistaken. Timothy Hutton, got an Oscar nomination as well. He was pretty young at the time, as well. Great performance there. Judd Hirsch is terrific. I mean, Ordinary People is like this is of course one of the best movies of 1980 to come out. Of course, this came out the first year of the 80s, and it's a really wonderful film that is well worth watching there. But that's pretty much it. Here is my quick rundown. Number 5, The Company You Keep. 9, A River Runs Through It. 5, The Company You Keep. 4, A River Runs Through It. 3, The Horse Whisperer. 2, Quiz Show. And number 1, Ordinary People. Now, there's a few other ones I probably could have added. Let's see. A River Runs... Oh, I already said that. Legend of Bagger Vance. Lions for Lambs. This movie that he did with James McAvoy, which was set during Lincoln's era, called The Conspirator. Really good one there. But let me let you guys. What are some of your favorite Robert Redford directed movies? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Sim Movies and RIP Robert Redford.